Our next speaker is Violeta Chang. She's from Departamento de Ciencias de la Computación de la Universidad de Chile.
Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for the organizers for the invitation for this research spotlight. I'm Violeta Chang. I am now in the Universidad de Santiago de Chile at the Department of Computer Engineering, and I just moved there, so I'm trying to insert in this new department, and now I present my research related with machine learning for medical decision support. First, let me introduce my department at DUSACH. We are in Chile, in the middle zone, and until 3 weeks ago, Santiago was a very beautiful and quiet city to live and to do research. It's my deepest wish that all the last events occurring in Chile stop soon and allow us to reach a more just and equitative society. But if all is as a few weeks ago, we had a very nice city with very nice view of the Andes, as you can see there. And the Universidad de Santiago de Chile is one of the biggest public universities in Chile. We have a very nice campus, big one, and it encompasses all the faculties inside there. And you can see here that this is the Department of Computer Engineering. So we are inside the Faculty of Engineering at USACH, and we are 19 full-time professors. We have 2 master programs and 1 PhD program. And we have a lot of undergraduate students, but not so much postgraduate students. Inside the DIMF, there are some areas of applications. These are only some of them: biology and medicine, human-computer interaction, complex systems, and scalable web systems and applications. And all the full-time professors choose one of these areas of applications to do their research. As you can assume, I'm in the biology and medicine area. So my current projects are related to 2 main issues, very specific issues. The first one is morphological sperm analysis. I'm interested in segmentation and classification of sperm cells, human sperm cells. And the other one is about the HER2 scoring of breast cancer biopsies. And the 2 main issues in my research are the generation of a gold standard dataset that it's very difficult to find in these areas, and also apply some methods for classify automatically the biopsies. So let's talk a little about these 2 current research projects. First of all, let's talk about the morphology assessment of sperm cells. Just to put in context, we try to help specialists to take a better decision about male infertility. It's a condition that affects almost 15% people, couples in the world, and the main idea to address this condition is to collect a semen smear and perform a microscope analysis by an andrologist to measure some parameters in the semen smear. For example, motility, DNA, fragmentation, concentration, and morphology. And with that, the specialist can decide the better treatment decision to tackle with this infertility. So just to know, this is an example of a normal sperm cell. This is an schematic representation. It's interesting to say that in a normal case, or in a normal semen smear, there is only 4% of normal cells like this. And the other 96 are abnormal. So the idea is to detect what kind of abnormality is in these images. This is a schematic drawing of the World Health Organization, when you can see the kind of defects that we can find in a sperm cell. We are concentrated in the head defects in this research. Just to see how difficult is this problem. This is a real image, and here we can find 5 examples of classes with different defects in the heads. So this one is a normal, and the other ones are abnormal, and it's really slight variations among these sperm classes. And the people who perform this analysis need to be very, very well trained to get good results. Even though there is a lot of variation between the experts who perform this analysis. So the idea is to perform this analysis using a computer, but the problem is that there were not data sets that we can use to evaluate our methods. So the first stage of this research was to generate a gold standard to be publicly available to people who can research in these topics. We have this gold standard. It was made with 20 images, with the laboratory protocol suggested by the World Health Organization. And in each one of these images, we have hand drawing each one of the components of the sperm, for example, the head, the midpiece, the tail, the nucleus, and the acrosome, and it's freely available here if you want to download it and use it for try some methods for segmentation of sperm cell heads. Also, we have published another gold standard with sperm heads and the opinion of 3 experts, classifying the sperm cells in 5 classes. There are 1,854 sperm heads. It's free also, and if you download this gold standard here, you receive all the sperm heads and the opinion of each one of the experts in 5 classes. This is the most common classes in real cases. We have some publications about this, the gold standards, and an automatic proposal for classify these sperm heads. And now we are working, trying to use these gold standards to apply deep learning methods. It's not so easy to have so many data in these cases. So we are using transfer learning to expand the usability of our data. And I have some students that are working with these especially deep learning methods, UNet, that there were mentioned here, MaxNet, and DeepCell, that proved to work very, very well segmenting a nucleus of cells. So we're trying to use these ideas, and also the classification of sperm heads. And about my second line, it's a very, very interesting topic for me. The breast cancer is one of the deadliest cancers in Chile, in Chilean women. And there are some biomarkers, specific biomarkers, that can be evaluated for some kind of patients. Only 15 of cancer patients have this overexpression. But the idea is also to take a biopsy and put under the microscope, and pathologists perform this kind of analysis, and they can determine the grade of the cancer according to this biomarker evaluation. The idea is to look for the intensity and completeness of the membrane of cells that are marked with this HER2 tinction, and the pathologist needs to choose a score, 0 or 1+ for negative cases, 2+ for borderline cases, and 3+ for positive cases. When we have a borderline case, we need a specialized test. FISH is the name, that use fluorescence, and the material that needs the pathologist to perform these exams are very high in cost. And also there is the need to have two pathologists to review the result of the fish. So it's not so accessible for people. And the idea is to have a kind of help from a computer to avoid this kind of confirmation test. Just to see an example, this is the kind of images. This is 0 and 1 plus, negative cases. This one is a positive case, and this one is a borderline. But we are in the same case as with the sperm cells. All depends on the interpretation of the pathologies. There is a lot of intra-variability and inter-variability between the experts and can get dissimilar conclusions. So the idea in this research is first to generate a HER2 gold standards. Just in order of time, I put away some slides from this part, but I want to let you know that there are a lot of publications about tools or methods that provide this automatic classification, but they work with their own data set, with their own pathologies. So if you propose a new method, it's impossible to make a direct comparison with the results of the state of the art, because we don't have the same methods, and we need to rely on the opinion of only one pathologist that worked in that paper. So the idea here is to combine the opinion of N pathologists and get a consensus of this opinion, so we can have one image and one unique consensus diagnosis combined the opinion of N pathologists. This is my work now. We have some wall slide images from the two main laboratories in Chile of invasive breast carcinoma. This is with balanced histopathological diagnosis. We have balanced classes here. We make the effort to get the fish result of each sample. And we have these images, and we have these rows from the pathologies. We have in these zones crop for rectangular sections of patches, and with these patches we obtained 1,250 patches, and we designed a special Android application and give this to 5 pathologists in Chile, around Chile, and they are using the same device, the same condition, and we went to evaluate interpathology variability. So for each image, they only need to put what score they would put if they see this image under their microscope. Okay, so we show the same image 3 times just to measure intravariability pathologies. The original, we can rotate it or we can flip it. Obviously, the pathologist doesn't know that they are seeing the same image 3 times. But we are waiting for that result. We presented this methodology to create this gold standard in both sites, in the computer science research area in MICAI the last year, and also in a very important conference of pathologists in the United States. And we were validated in both sites. So we continue working, fighting with the pathologists, asking for their diagnosis until now. So in the ongoing work in this area, where in the collection of the experts' opinions, this is a project with Mila collaboration. We're working with them with the idea to combine the opinions using deep learning. And also with the part that we just collected of the opinions of the pathologists, we're working using transfer learning, using this kind of approaches of deep learning that we can use to automatic score the biopsies. But I would like to say that our main goal is not to compete with the pathologies. It's not a competitive way with the pathologies. We want to make a support for their decision. Okay, and that's all. Thank you for your attention.